Hello. Welcome to what I may just consider a one-off video, but I wanted to do something that, well, just caught my eye recently because this is something that I guess I just kind of want to post about. So if you don't know what OfferUp is, it's basically like a Craigslist with a better UI and a slightly less chance to contract AIDS. But the more important things about OfferUp is sometimes you can snatch a pretty decent deal. Like for example, I recently upgraded my system from a 1660 Ti XC to a brand new in box 3060 Ti Asus KO edition for $350. I don't know how I managed to score that deal. Big praise to Baseplate for giving me that deal. I have no idea how lucky I was. But from then, I managed to score like $100 fractal cases for like $40. And the one thing I wanted to talk about today is that I managed to get a couple of keyboards for a very low price. I won't say how much because I want people to do their own digging. But I got two keyboards for the price of arguably a restaurant dish. So the first keyboard is something of horrors, but it is mechanical, as you could have heard by the click while me trying to bring it over here. This is a Red Dragon K555 or K555, and this has all the bells and whistles of a Amazon mechanical keyboard of yesteryear. We have the very flimsy feeling, but also very large wrist rest. We've got the gamer font. We've got the signature stabs. Ugh, and it's clicky too. I just saw the microphone peak. I'm not gonna do that anymore. But this was one keyboard of two. For yet again, I must reiterate, I would say like maybe like a Chinese restaurant dish. But yeah, blue switches, Stablizers to die 2, but that's not the board that I'm worried about, because recently I was selling a system that had relatively mid-tier specs for it if it was 2017. We have a RX 580 in it, along with 16 gigabytes of RAM and a motherboard that can be overclocked, a Z97 PC made. So I sold it, and it seems like the person also wants some peripherals, so this keyboard is what I'm interested in. This is a proper gaming keyboard. This is a very nice to the touch Corsair Vengeance K65 with complete little like keycaps and such. And it has genuine cherry reds in it. You can see by the black housing. So I thought to myself, well, I want the kids' first mechanical keyboards to be good. And I don't have time to lube all of the cherry reds in this keyboard because admittedly, albeit they are opaque housings and do feel okay. I don't know what it is about Corsair boards with the metallic back, but their switches have a pseudo smoothness to them. I have no idea what the hell it is, but it's like barely used. Apparently the person was moving and just needed to get this thing out fast. So I was thinking, why don't I disassemble the board, fix the stabilizers, because they are absolutely shite. Okay. To explain the blob of text that just popped up, if you didn't see it, the reason why I said fixing those Corsair stabilizers were very wishful thinking. So, you know how a Holy Mod and the regular stabilizer, it's like a little bit of an L shape like this, kind of like a Staples logo really, where it just goes, has an exit and an entry. We have the in here and out here, so you know which way to orient your stabilizers. Well, here's the problem with the Corsair stabs. I didn't get a good photo of them, so I figured out I might as well just demonstrate them since the board is already gone. The stabilizer interior was more like a mushroom, but pointy. So the stabilizer was like this. Instead of the signature bent L shape, it was like this, and then just a little bit out, and then curved inward, had a very tiny bit of flat space, and did the exact same thing on the other side. So it had very little wiggle room, so a piece of band-aid or fabric just instantly came off in there, because even though I poked it in there, it was bound to fall out anyway because it didn't have a lot to grip onto. And so I tried Epsi modding it as well, but good luck basically putting a tiny piece of paper here and making things try to stick on the exterior. So in the end, I could only do so much, because not only was I already spending about 6 hours straight doing this keyboard, because this video, the raw footage is about 6 hours worth of footage. Like, I just sat here for 6 hours and did the keyboard modding. But since I was not willing to continue doing this any further, I just gave it a sort of a lube job, and hopefully it was okay. It rattled a little bit, but it was a lot better than how you had it stock, because I did put on the tape on the plate so it stopped wiggling in place. But yeah, if you hear wiggling and rattling in the sound test in the back, just know that I tried, okay? I'm sorry. And while I'm at it, I can give the kid an upgrade. If you remembered from about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I had a Q3 graciously given to me from my brother, and I harvested the Gatoron Pro Reds. And considering I'll probably never use them, and the kid probably doesn't care about what switches as long as they feel good, why don't I give him the Pro Reds? So I'm gonna desolder all of these. Luckily, there's no LEDs. Luckily, because if there were LEDs, I would have given the stock. But considering that this board is in pristine condition, I could use a little bit of a wipe down, but I'm pretty sure that's just par for the course for a used board. It'll be a fun little project board, so I'm gonna do a little before and after. So take it all in before I take it apart. So we've got the gray keycaps for the WASD and the arrow keys like true gamers, and of course the standard non-bottom row for Corsair keyboards of yesteryear. We have the gigantic control, because again, we're gamers, and everything else is either small or just ever so slightly smaller, with of course the complete rattly stabilizers. Oh. Alright, let's take this thing apart, because I'm ready to do some good surgery on this thing. Also, the reason why the stabilizers were really bad back in the day, and sometimes still now if you buy extremely cheapo boards on Amazon, is because the plate always seems to be too big for the stabilizers. Because listen to this. That is the housing shaking in place. Now, I don't know if you already know that already. I'm pretty sure that most people have already known this, because Wildcat did this basically full time, which was fixing up budget boards to be not shite. So, as a little refresher, that is bad. Alright, but anyway, let's get this thing disassembled, because I'm quite excited to see inside of a gamer board that I've never taken apart before. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Why the fuck are there 17? Usually there's like 12 or max 16. Holy shit. Peel back the Corsair logo? What? You are joking. This is the most anti-consumer thing ever. I had to peel this shitter back? What? You are fucking kidding me. I can't believe that. Ugh. That wasn't so hard, was it? Alright. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the top first. I'm gonna turn this around, and I'm gonna start soldering the top as best I can, so I can immediately retach it and not deal with the repercussions of trying to do it the other way around. Alright. Let's solder these on so we can move on with our life. The rest is going to be easy.
Yes, I left some cookies out for your diabetes ass.
What a fucking dumb kid. Time to solder for the last time today. Everything is soldered. We have a few extra outliers, but they're fine. a slightly heavier spacebar and different modifiers that I've had lying around, and a tactile escape. Otherwise, everything is good to go. Gateron Pro Reds. I'll put this together and we'll see how this goes. Alright, let's tape mount this sucker. GG. Let's go. Oh, it feels really good. I approve. Not bad. A few flaws, but you know what? It's good for what it is.